Hey folks, Matt Thompson. We're sitting out here on Lake Mille Lacs today, and I kind of want to give you an idea of there's a misconception out there of you got to have big deep V boats for rough water and big water. And I don't know what that could be further from the truth. Bass boats like we're sitting in this beautiful Skeeter FXR right now are safe, comfortable, dry, and really not difficult to drive. So what I want to do is take this big beautiful platform, I want to wring it out a little bit and kind of show you some of the things that bass boats can do in big water. So the biggest thing about bass boats over say a deep V is you are committed to being on top. A deep V boat, you have to cut a wave, you have to plow through a wave. What a bass boat does is it skims the tops. You're spanning the tops of the waves. In actuality, if you drive a bass boat correctly in big water, and obviously it's not rough out here today, but the way I'm going to show you we drive bass boats is the way you can drive it, whether it's a light load chop or 2 to 3 foot chop. Now obviously you always want to use common sense. Common sense controls all in boating. I don't care whether it's a deep V, a bass boat, or a rubber dinghy. Common sense places all. If you notice the way most bass boats are set up, when you look at our tournament level performance machines, you're always going to see these trim switches here. And the reason we do that is we all run hot foot throttles. A hot foot throttle keeps both hands on the steering wheel, and this is your gas now, just like when you're in your vehicle. It's very easy to drive down a bumpy road, letting off the gas, hitting the gas, letting off the gas, hitting the gas. In essence, that's exactly what I'm doing right here. Both hands on the wheel, foot on the throttle. What these trim switches are, is I'm going to control the nose of the boat. I'm going to lift it when I need to, I'm going to drop it when I need to. The key with any bass boat, and like I said, we're in this Skeeter FXR that handles beautifully. It's an instantaneous nose up, nose down with the trim. I rarely have to use the gas. What I'm going to use the gas for is in conjunction with the trim. So, before ever entering any rough water driving situation, I don't care how experienced you are, I don't care how old you are, always wear a life jacket and hook up your kill switch. Kill switch is directly hooked to your life jacket. I don't care your experience level. It could save your life. Let's fire this thing up and take a little run. Like I said, it's not rough out here today, but if you can learn how to drive a bass boat in chop or calm water, the rougher it gets, the better you'll be. So always make sure you're trimmed all the way down. You'll notice on a lot of these boats, like the way this one's rigged, I've got a hydraulic jack plate. If your boat came with a manual setback plate, that plate was set by the factory for optimal performance at both low range, mid range, and top end. The beauty of a hydraulic jack plate is I can adjust it wherever I need shallow water performance. I can still jump up on pad in very shallow water, but when I'm running rough water, always knock it all the way down and tuck that motor all the way in. So we're going to jump up on pad here. So what you want to do is we're going to get planed out. We're going to start to feel the waves. Now, every time I bump this trim, it's going to lift the nose. If you notice where the water is, it's right here. This is where the spray is. I'm going to lift it a little bit. Notice the water's here, right? We're getting up on top of it. We're going to give it another little bump. The water is gone. Our water is absolutely gone. Now we'll come into these waves. What I can do is I can run my throttle through the waves. I can quarter them, I I can cut across them. If I'm making a turn, I'm going to trim her down. It's really as simple as that, folks. Rough water is rough water. I don't care what boat you're in. If the waves are too big, don't go. Use common sense. But there's days where if fishing is your livelihood, or you worked all week for Saturday, and that wind's howling and you're going fishing come hell or high water, learn how to run rough water safely and dry and comfortably, and you'll be a happy camper as well as your fishing partners.